Hello everybody, my name is Quinn and welcome to my channel. I hope that you all are having a great day. So today we are going to be doing a spoiler-free review for the book The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. So this is spoiler-free, so you don't have to have read the book to watch this review, but if you have read the book, then maybe we share the same opinions and definitely leave those down below. The Unexpected Everything follows our main character, Andy, who definitely has a type A sort of personality. She has to have a plan for everything. That is until her father is being investigated for his involvement in a political scandal, and Andy is forced to stay home all summer instead of attending her pre-med program at Johns Hopkins University. Andy has to sort of learn how to live without a plan and at the same time coexist with her father, whom they don't really get along too well. This story has three central focuses, the first being Andy's relationship with her father. They don't really have the best relationship. 3 years ago, Andy's mother died from ovarian cancer, and ever since then, he's kind of thrown himself into his work and sort of drawn away from Andy. And they don't really have a relationship at all. They kind of, live independently from each other. They don't really talk about their lives with each other. And now they're forced to spend the entire summer in one house and sort of relearn what it means to be father and daughter. And it was so great to see that in this book, and that fact that family is such a central part about this book, and that it's not just, about a relationship. And I think that this was one of the stronger relationships developed in this book, because it's really truly heartbreaking to see two people who are related who don't really have anything in common anymore. I really like that Morgan Matson included family in this novel, and especially a family that wasn't perfect, because I think a lot of times in novels you see families who are, perfect, and they're sort of served to be a background for the romance in the story. This was really one of the central themes within this novel, and I especially just really thought that the father-daughter relationship in this novel was very real, and I really applaud Morgan Matson for successfully weaving family into a contemporary romance novel. The next relationship that this book explores is a female friendship. I think that's one of the strongest parts about this book, is that there are a really core group of female friends who all really depend on each other. They have each other's backs, but at the same time it isn't sort of this ideal friend group where everything is peachy and keen. It really does, still go over the aspects of a teenage friendship, drama and boys and all of that, and I think that that keeps it real and it keeps it grounded, that they do have each other's backs and it is a strong friendship, but at the same time they do have troubles, just like any teenage friendship would. We have three friends. We have Toby, Bree, and Palmer, and they are all each very unique, which I really enjoyed. I think sometimes in books these friends just kind of all blend together and they don't really have their own unique characteristics, but each of these characters could really stand on their own. They each had their own interests and you really felt like you knew them as characters. They weren't minor characters, they were characters who were present in the book, and they weren't just sort of put in the background as minor characters. They were, very present in the novel, and I really appreciated that. And I think that female friendships are something that we really need to see more of in contemporary YA, just because girls need to know that love isn't everything, and that, us girls gotta stick together. So I really appreciate the friendship within The Unexpected Everything, and I thought it was executed very, very well. And of course, it would not be a Morgan Matson book without a love interest. The love interest in The Unexpected Everything is Clark. He's really nerdy and lovable, and Andy sort of has to deal with the fact that he might not be one of her 3-week boyfriends. She's dated a lot of guys for only 3 weeks, so she doesn't really get too emotionally invested in anyone, which is sort of the way she likes it, and she has to deal with the fact that maybe she might actually feel something for Clark, which she's never really felt before. I will have to say that I thought the romance in this book was the weakest relationship out of the three that were explored, just because I feel like we didn't spend enough time on their relationship in depth. We got these few kind of snippet scenes where it was all cute and, romantic and fluffy, but we didn't get anything, I feel, of real substance, and we didn't spend a whole lot of time on this relationship, and that was what kind of made it fall flat for me. I thought that Clark was kind of a flat character and wasn't really developed too much. I mean, I think that a lot of people really liked this relationship, but I just wasn't feeling it. At least I wasn't feeling it as much as I felt Frank and Emily from Since You've Been Gone, which they come up in this book, and it's so great. So if you've read Since You've Been Gone, definitely look out for their names within this book, because it's kind of interwoven in a really cute way. But I just feel like I didn't really know Clark, and I didn't really feel anything for him like I felt for Frank, and I just kind of felt like their relationship was, it was okay, it was cute, but I didn't feel completely invested in it, completely absorbed in it, and at the end of the day, I was like, oh, that's cute, but, it wasn't one of the best romances I've ever read, and it didn't blow me away like I like to feel after I read a contemporary book. At the end of the day, I gave this book somewhere between a 3.75 and a 4 stars. I couldn't really decide what I wanted to rate this book, and I think I had such a hard time giving it a higher rating just because I went into this book thinking it was going to be a really cute contemporary romance, and while there was some romance in it, I don't think it was as developed as I would have liked. And while I don't think the romance should have been a central theme in the novel, I think that she could have developed Clark a little more and their relationship a little more while still staying true to the family and the friendship. I think that she could have developed the relationship more without losing those other aspects. And I think that I was also really comparing it to Since You've Been Gone, which I really loved, and I gave that 5 stars, and that just really didn't compare to Since You've Been Gone. For me, I think I still like Since You've Been Gone a lot more. It did take me a while to get into Andy as a main character. I would say it took 100 to 200 pages to actually kind of enjoy Andy as a main character. In the beginning, I'll be honest, I thought she was really privileged and pretentious, but in the end, she didn't end up developing and learning and, realizing things about herself, which made me really respect her as a character. I also had to knock off points for this novel because there were 2 kind of surprises in the novel that I found to be very predictable, and I'm usually a person who can't predict things very well, and I don't see a lot of things coming, so to say that I could see these coming kind of hints at the fact that they weren't executed very well, and the build-up was kind of not the way it should have been, and I did kind of see these 2 things coming from, miles and miles away. So I'm not really a fan of predictability, and I think that she could have done a better job at hiding them than what she did in the novel. But overall, I really liked the family and friends in this novel, and I really liked Andy's journey through self-discovery and finding out what she really wants in life, but I just couldn't give it a 5 stars. I really didn't feel completely moved by it or awed by it by the end. I don't think that the romance was as developed as it should have been, and I also kind of felt like that it was predictable at points. But those are just my opinions. I know a lot of people really loved it, and I still think this book is completely worth reading. Don't get me wrong. I think that it has a lot of cute moments. I still gave it like around a 3.75 stars, so I do think it's worth reading. I do think that you should all pick it up because it does have its cute moments. I think it stresses a lot about family and friendship, which is really great, so definitely go pick this up by Morgan Matson, and definitely go pick up Since You've Been Gone if you want to pick up a Morgan Matson book, because I feel like that is a better Morgan Matson book, just in my opinion. So thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed my review of The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. If you have read this book, please leave your comments down below on what you thought of the book. So thank you guys all so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye guys. So today I'm going to be doing the Ruler of Books book tag, and this was created by Miss Ariel.